Morning. Big day today. It's soybean harvest time. The field is ready to go. We've been, me and Clara have been up since about 4:30, 5 o'clock this morning. She's just over there filling up the Optum with some fuel. We've been running around sorting the cows out, getting them fed, stocking them up with some straw, some TMR, shifting the slurry and the manure over to the biogas plant because I wanted to get myself, both of us, all sorted to give ourselves a good window of time ahead of us to get this soybean field done. So I've got the first header sat here ready and waiting. Jack and his mate are coming up to run grain cart for us. Me and Clara are going to be running in the harvesters. She's going to run in the Patriot. I'm going to run in the wide boy over there. Now, weather-wise, the forecast has told us that we might have a 1 to 2 hour window around lunchtime where it might rain, so that gives us about 5 hours ahead of us to see if we can make a massive dent in this field. I'm not sure if we'll get it all done in that time, but we're certainly going to try. Numbers-wise, I am hoping to average maybe about 5 tons a hectare out of this field. Now, the field is just under 108 acres, just under 44 hectares, so basic mathematics tells me I'm hoping to get somewhere around 200 to 210, maybe 220 tons out of this field. So, based on what the grain buyers are going to give for us in a wee while's time, we could be looking at just under $300,000 for this, which is amazing. Very much looking forward to that. So our silo is going to be bulging soon, because also not only have we got the soybeans to harvest here, both grass fields are ready to go now. Across the 2 grass fields we have 40 hectares, so looking at about 25 tons of grass out of there. Again, based on those numbers, we're looking at 950, 970 tons, something like that. So we're going to be pretty much all sorted for grass, for hay, for silage into the near future anyway, when we get those sorted. But as I say, first and foremost, we must harvest. So, we're going to get ourselves all sorted here. We're going to get the harvesters into the field. We should also hopefully get a bit of soybean straw off of this as well. Obviously, we've got quite a backlog of straw bales over there in the bale sheds, but the more, the better. We can never have enough straw, can we? So, we may well be left with a massive job after this as well. Run the big windrower, run the baler. We're likely to get hundreds of bales off this field, but it's all good. Right, where do I start? What do I need to do? See how Clara's doing, filling up the Optum. Get the harvesters in the field. Jack and his mate should be arriving anytime soon. Let's harvest. Right, all set up, ready to go. I'm going to run in the left-hand lane. Clara's in the Patriot there, going to run in the right. I've told her to keep about 100 metres behind me if she can. Jack and his mate Jake have just turned up, so there we go. Jack and Jake running grain cart for us today. Grateful for their time. But yeah, this is going to be a big one. So let's do this.
What you're putting in, all your hopes and efforts are all in vain. Who will pick you up when you've lost everything? Does it all become for granted with a wedding ring?
Well, that's us almost done. I've only got a few feet ahead of me left to do. Clara's got a couple more rows to catch up on. We've been keeping good time, to be honest, and it looks like we're going to beat the rain as well. Forecast has given that in about half an hour, 40 minutes time, so I reckon Clara's got about 20 minutes ahead of us, so we literally couldn't have timed that better, could we? Right, well, we'll get all this finished off, wait for Clara to catch up. We'll get all the beans loaded up into the silo, get back into the yard, and we'll go through some numbers. Right, just playing clear up now. Got everything emptied. Trailers are sorted, parked up. Jack and Jake have scarpered back to Jack's farm because he's got quite a bit to crack on with, and obviously we will be repaying Jack the favour in a few weeks' time when it comes to harvesting his beans. Give him a bit of our time, help him get them out the ground. I'm way off there, aren't I? What do I need from that? 4 or 5 feet forward, I think, perhaps. More like 10. Let's have a look. Let's try that one, shall we? But yeah, the numbers were good from that harvest. That was probably the biggest harvest I've ever been involved in. And it was mine. So we yielded from that field, I think I guesstimated at the beginning, I was talking about 210 to 220 tonnes. Yeah. 302 tonnes we got from that. 302 tonnes. Now, based on the rough price that the grain buyers will give us from a few months' time, roughly about $1,280 per tonne. That equates to about $380,000. So I am extremely proud of that. Looking forward to that. Let's get that PTO disconnected. There we go. Right, so where are we here? Looking about right. Fingers crossed. There we go. One header done. Excellent stuff. Right, so I'm going to get all this tidied up, get both the headers taken off. Should do, really, give them a clean before we go back into the shed this time. So yeah, pick you back up in a few more moments. Well, that was some exquisite timing, wasn't it? Just got the harvesters back into the yard. The headers are all cleaned, put in the shed, and the heavens have opened, just like they said it would do. So, I think we'll see this through for a couple of hours, and but the work will carry on from there, because what we have to do now is I want to get this straw out of this field. Now, I am going to be having a go with the new windrower. The big 15-metre thing that we got there in the shed. Although the one concern I do have, because just hopping the fence here very quickly, these are some quite big rows. And if I was to compile all these together and make even bigger rows, I'm worried that the tractor that I use to run the baler when it's all done might not even have enough ground clearance to straddle them. But I mean, we'll see. If I have to, it might seem a bit daft, but if I have to, I'll run the quaddy with the baler if need be, because I think that's got the highest ground clearance of all the tractors I've got. It's a shame I can't use the crop sprayer, really, because that's towers above everything, but we'll see. Anyway, I am very keen to get this windrower used and see what that's capable of. Hello, dear. So, as I say, we'll get out this rain, let this pass, we'll crack on this afternoon. Right, looks like the rain is cleared for now. We've got it good for the rest of the day, so that's all that matters. No more rain. Now, yes, I know the straw out here might be a little damp now after that little shower, but the idea is I think I'm going to row it up, we'll get it baled up, and we'll leave the bales in the field for a few days, just let them dry out a bit, because we've been forecast no more rain now for a little bit. So it's time to jump into one of the magnums. I'm going to use the one with the jewels over there. because the one on the floaters has been very busy this morning. It needs fueling up, as does the Optum. Both of these needs a full tank of gas as well. Almost empty. Obviously, after being working in the field all day. So anyway, let's crack on with this and see how this windrower performs. Right, looking forward to running this windrower, I must admit. Excited to get it used for the first time. So, let's get it hooked up. Cables, PTO, job's a good one. Now, we're going to be starting this field work, or I'm going to be starting this field work up in the top northwest corner of the map up there, and hopefully, if all goes to plan, we'll be finishing off right by the field entrance there. So, now ordinarily what I do is I run my GPS courses, obviously. I've got this field coded into the computer, if you can call it that, the field boundary. Now, ordinarily, if I was running a baler behind me, for example, right now, I would just use the course that we had coded in for the harvester, but because we run two harvesters, as you know, obviously the harvester drops its swath out the back in the middle. If I'd had run one harvester in this field and I was running a baler, I'd just run that same GPS course, because it would just follow the same route as the harvester. But because we ran two harvesters in this field, the combined width of that GPS course is essentially, because both harvesters were running off the same GPS course, the combined width of that course is like just under 25 metres. So because this is a 15 metre width windrower, it's going to essentially get all confused if I was to plumb in that same GPS course. So essentially what I'm going to be doing here is I've just coded in another 15 metre wide GPS course, so it's going to essentially, it just blankets this entire field with 15 metre sections, and it's going to cover the whole field. Now, it will essentially at some point it will just be moving one existing row slightly to the left or the right, depending on where it sits, if you know what I mean. But so some of you may be wondering why I'm doing this, but it will just bring all the windrows into a nice 15 metre width course that I can then run the baler with, and I can also run the forage wagon with if I so needed. So anyway, I'm going to crack on with this. I'm going to put the camera down. It's probably going to take me another 2 or 3 hours to get this done, so I'll get this done and I'll put you all up in a few hours' time. Well, there we go. That was one massive job. But goodness am I glad it's done. What a thing this is. Very happy with this. It's really neatened up the rows in the field now, ready for the baler, which I'm going to crack on with first thing tomorrow morning. We're knocking on the door at about 6 o'clock in the evening now, so I'm going to call it quits for today because we've been out in the tractors in the field for more than 12 hours today. Clara's already gone home, so it's just me left here. But yeah, this is going to translate into hundreds of bales, I think. Going back to what we did in the oat field a few weeks back, we got 315 bales out of that field, and this field is probably about twice the size, so I'm going to guesstimate north of 600 bales perhaps. So I'm looking forward to that. We have capacity at the minute in the 2 bale sheds that we've got over there by the in the distance by the grass field. We've got a capacity for 401 bales in there at the minute. Obviously we'll probably be taking a few of them out of there tomorrow morning anyway to feed the cows. But something tells me, come the end of play tomorrow, that thing is going to be absolutely rammed to the rafters with them. So that's all good. There's still space if need be. If I need to have a bit of an overspill in the little parking bays next to it, I'll stick some in there, of course. But looking forward to that. But so aside from that being the next big job, the next proper big job is over there. A bit of a repeat of today, the corn harvest. That's coming next month. I cannot wait for that. I'm really proud of, what did we get today? 302.7 tonnes to be exact of soybeans, 11,132.9 bushels. So that's incredible. That's going to translate to probably, give or take a bit, about 300,000 bucks when it comes to sell time. That's for what's in that cornfield over there. That's big money. Proper money.